Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and get this started, and I'm gonna let you guys hear my story from the very beginning. So I hope you enjoy. Alright, so I decided to do this YouTube video because there's a lot about me that I haven't shared with the world. Let's just say I really do have a lot of secrets. I was raised and taught that what happens in the home stays in the home. And I did that. I didn't share anything that ever happened at home. So me telling you guys this story is a pretty big deal to me, and it might be emotional at times, so I'm just gonna put that out there right now. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start from the very, very beginning, which is when I was born. So my mom and dad were probably in their early 20s, I believe, when they had me. So they still were, out living their life, having fun. They're young and, doing stuff, crazy stuff, such as drugs and alcohol. They were really big into that. And right before I was born, my mom actually had a miscarriage. I think she was about 3 or 4 months along, and she lost her baby. And 3 months after that, she got pregnant with me. And because of her miscarriage, she was considered high risk, and she, I think she loved me before I was ever born. Most mothers who have had a baby pretty much love their unborn baby before they even see what they actually look like. It's just this crazy bond that you can't explain. For most moms. Some moms don't have that, and we don't all work the same. So my mom was really heavily into drugs, apparently, and I didn't find this out until later on in life, that she was high risk, 1, because of drugs, and then 2, because her body just had a hard time carrying pregnancies. So I was considered a miracle baby when I was born. I believe that I was told my mom had to stay in the hospital from complications that I honestly don't know that much about, and I was sent home, and I went and stayed with my dad's mother and his stepdad. And so from the very beginning, I came into this world with 2 parents that were in love with drugs and alcohol and me. But I also was born into this great family. Not all of them. Most of my family has dysfunction with drugs and alcohol, which is why I choose not to talk to most of them. There's literally about 3 people from both sides of my family that I talk to because they are normal human beings. And I mean normal as in they choose to work very hard for their life and have a great lifestyle, and they don't do drugs and alcohol. And if they do drink, it's, on social occasions to have fun with their friends, not to drink away every part of them as a human being. But of course, I don't remember anything from being born. I just know stories that I was told. My parents fought a lot. My aunt had to come get me all the time. My family had these old VHS videos, and they would record outside of our house all the time, which I later found out it was because they were recording and watching so they could make sure that drug dealers or people they were associated while doing drugs didn't come to their house and try to attack us. So, great things. And my parents just were into some really bad stuff. Didn't really come into the world in this great, happy, wonderful family. So anyways, for today's story, what I was going to talk about is I decided that I wanted to share my very first memory with you guys. And everyone's first memory is at totally different ages, and I can't totally be sure of how old I actually was when I remember this. I want to say I was about 2, probably, because I was still in a diaper. But the very first memory I ever have is I can remember walking down the hallway, and I was going to find my dad, and I was walking towards the bathroom, and I noticed him sitting on the toilet, and he was doing something. He was fumbling with something, and I didn't really know what it was. But when I walked up on him, I could see there was this thing. I'm guessing I didn't realize what it was at the time. I didn't really remember it until I was older and could actually make sense of the memory. But it was my dad, and he was sticking a needle in his arm. And I can remember walking up to him, and he looked at me, and you could tell that he was startled and he didn't realize I was there. And he looked at me and said, "Don't ever do this, Cindy." And he proceeded to shoot the drugs in his arm. And sorry, it's really hard for me to talk about. That's the first memory I ever have of being a child. My innocence was stripped from me literally from the time of being born. I didn't have anyone who saved me. I had my wonderful 2 aunts who came in and would take me for the weekend, and they would bring me to ice cream shops and take me shopping, and they loved me and would spend time with me, and they always made me feel like I was the best child in the whole world. They hugged and kissed me, and I felt safe with them. And the biggest thing a child wants is to feel safe and loved. And unfortunately, those 2 things did not come very easy for me when I was a child. And I did take that lesson from my dad. I took every word that he said, and I still to this day have never done any hardcore drugs. It's just not something I was ever interested in. And as much as I have this hate in my heart for everything that my parents did to me, I am grateful that I went through those experiences so that I could be a better person. Because I am broken, but I am also really strong. And there's a lot of people out there who have, bad first memories as well. And everyone's story is different. But I feel like as your child is younger, that really does set the foundation for who you are and how you turn out. And you either choose the path of going the same way as your parents, or you decide to break the cycle and you become your own person. And I can honestly say I have done that. And throughout all my stories, you guys are going to learn a little bit of who I am and who they are, and really get an idea of who they were. And I really hope that me sharing this information, it helps somebody. So whatever you do, whatever you've been through, just remember, you are as strong as you decide to be. Everyone in the world can tell you anything they want to hear. They can tell you bad things. They can do bad things. You can see bad things. But at the end of the day, you are in control of who you are and what you do. So don't let your past and people and your past mistakes and what has shaped you totally take you over as a person. Remember that you have the strength and the ability to be whoever you want to be. And it's up to you to make it that way. And I have learned that. And it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's very hard. It's very lonely feeling. So yeah, I hope that you guys can think about your past memories, maybe figure out what your first memory was, and go from there and really take that memory and learn from it, because your first memory that you've ever had actually is really important, and it's more important than anybody knows. So this was my first story, and I'm going to be sharing lots and lots and lots more with you guys. So I hope you guys stay tuned, and I hope this helps somebody. Have a great day, everyone.